What is up, everybody? To Reverse here today, and I saw this post I found so interesting, which talks about Game Pass, and I just want like a real genuine answer, a real genuine discussion. If Game Pass destroying gaming or helping gaming, like because I've been hearing for the longest, but from Sony fanboys, people whose opinions are already biased, like they're anti-Xbox because Xbox is the enemy or opposition in their eyes, but they say Game Pass is gonna destroy gaming because you don't actually support the games. But then Microsoft and Xbox says when you buy Game Pass, you do support the game. So if I have a Game Pass subscription, am I supporting Hellblade 2? Or is it not really supporting that game? I just don't really want to know from a true source. So I wish a developer can actually talk about this situation, but they won't, probably because they get blacklisted or something, blackballed from the industry or whatever. I just genuinely want to know. I was like, if we want to see more games, like Hi-Fi Rush, for example, even though that studio got closed down, if we want to see more games like that, is it just best just outright buy the game, or if we got Game Pass, they're still getting supported? Look, I really want to know this answer to this question, but this is what this one guy posted that got me interested in this conversation. He says, I don't know why this needs to be said, but here goes. Subscribing to Xbox Game Pass is a valid way to support Hellblade 2, especially if you stay subscribed and use the service, buy the game. If that's all you want, that's 100% fine, but don't fall for the nonsense subscribing to Xbox Game Pass is somehow failing the developers. Yeah, this narrative is definitely pushed by Sony fanboys in general, but then again, those people are people who hate Xbox. They are anti-Xbox. So it doesn't make any sense to listen to those people who are super anti-Xbox. Once again, you're going to see people in my comment section who hate Xbox are going to be here saying Game Pass is destroying the industry. And they can give you a legit reason why. They can give you like a actual explanation of why it's destroying the industry. It's like you see other streaming services like Disney Plus, Netflix. They are subscription services. They make exclusive content and they seem just fine. I don't understand why if Xbox does it, it's an issue. Like they can't explain that at all, but it's an issue when Xbox does it. But he also states that Microsoft knows what you are playing on the service. They track what games you play and what games are the most engaged. Furthermore, by staying subscribed for the year, you've already done more than pay for it. Yeah, if I got a Game Pass subscription, am I supporting the industry? Like I really want to know that. I really just want to know at this point in time. Like no BS, no fluff, just a legit answer, an honest answer. You can support Ninja Theory via Game Pass if that's what you want to do. Ignore the Twitter nonsense where people tell you that Game Pass isn't the best way to support the devs. Yeah, because we know Twitter isn't real in a sense. Like, it's just people, the vocal minority, give their opinion on things who are the loudest. So, it's not a real thing. It's not a real place in a sense. Like, these opinions are just nonsense at the end of the day. A lot of these opinions are. And it's just another way to vote with your wallet, just like buying the game. Yeah. It's like if these Sony fans had Game Pass, they'd be if there was a Game Pass equivalent on PlayStation, these Sony fanboys would be eating it and they'd be supporting it in droves. So I don't want to hear this nonsense. That Game Pass is destroying the industry. When it's like, why is the movie industry being destroyed by Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever the multiple streaming services you got for movies? Why isn't it being destroyed then? But gaming is being destroyed, quote unquote destroyed because of Game Pass. That makes no sense. Twitter told me that Game Pass cannibalizes sales, but conveniently ignored the explosive success of games like Power World and Manor Lords, which sold bucket loads. I don't know what Manor Lords is, but I know Power World was very successful from Game Pass. So successful in general, like even without Game Pass, that game did very well. This is a laid-off Bethesda dev explaining why Game Pass kills studios and games. Okay, let's see what he stated. These are two reasons why all those Bethesda studios closed, and neither of them have anything to do with Bethesda directly. Game Pass and Activision. The biggest paradox with Game Pass is that basically every game that launches on the service badly misses its sales goals. Makes sense though. Why pay full price to buy a game where you can play it for free? You're not playing it for free if you're paying like $12 or $17 a month. It's not free then at that point. So I don't get why people keep saying it's free. It's not free. You're paying a monthly fee for it. This is accounted for somewhat by attributing portions of revenue to top performing Game Pass games every month, but there are factors working against games, namely the fact that most games don't stay at the top of the chart for more than a month or two, and also that Game Pass growth has stagnated. So games like Hi-Fi Rush, which is incredible mind you, get a very small bump in revenue from being the high Game Pass game for a month, then it falls off a cliff whenever it moves on to the next thing. But isn't that the same when a game releases in general though? When you first release a game, you get the biggest sales within the first month, and they fall off a hill unless you get like some like phenomenal like a TV show like a Fallout. The Fallout TV show did, but it's like because the number one game once again. So I'm not really getting that. That's how games do in general. Like you get the first amount of sales in the month, then it like drops off cliff. So at least Game Pass, you keep getting more revenue each month. Cause I'm assuming that's how that works. I don't know. Poor Redfall had it even worse since the launch so rough. It never had a chance. Which sucks because once again, I'm a big champion of Redfall. I think that game, it was rough, but people act like it's the worst thing ever made. People who don't got Xbox trash it, which is just really, this game could have definitely had a sequel and improved everything that was wrong with the first one. It definitely been improved upon greatly. This system was fine for a while when Game Pass was growing like gangbusters, but now it's slowed way down and the amount of revenue is attributed to games isn't keeping up and the budgets to make them. But all that wouldn't have mattered even 3 or 4 years ago. Back then, Xbox was basically around an era of Microsoft's books. The division made some money, but most importantly, it didn't cost them much in other parts of the business to easily cover the gap. Then Xbox went on a buying spree and spent a ton of money on Bethesda. I don't know. Is the acquisitions what's really killing the industry right now? Is what's really killing Microsoft doing buying Bethesda and Activision? Because at the end of the day, I don't think buying Activision is worth all this drama and stress destroying your brand over for Call of Duty. Like they should have just like whatever financial issues Activision was doing, just let them have those. Well, not even really issues because they still sell Call of Duty, which is one of the highest selling games each year. So with that whole drama they had with the whole SA cases happening left and right, so they should just left that company alone at that point. That brings us back to Game Pass so far. The big bets on driving new subscriptions, Redfall, Starfield haven't spurred near enough growth. Yeah, their big games isn't getting people to subscribe to the service. Like even they drop Hellblade 2, which they haven't been really promoting at all. I don't think that's gonna bring too much growth either. To be honest, I think Indiana Jones might do well, but it's just like it's not looking good right now. And I love Game Pass, but at the end of the day, if that's destroying the business model, then it's like, what are we doing here? Sure, it helps Hellblade 2 and Ninja Theory to a certain degree, but how much, for example, they see 6 million played it, but only 1.5 bought it on PC, while 300K bought it on Xbox. They get paid their salary as well. How does that help the studio where a studio doesn't have much income? Hi-Fi Rush had more than 3 million players, mostly through Game Pass, and look what happened to Tango. And I hate the narrative that people say that we don't buy games because of Game Pass. If anything, Game Pass saves you money so you can buy games when they're on sale or whatever, or just in general, even if you do like it on Game Pass. So it's so stupid people make that statement. I hate that that's been a narrative from this point on. It's like, yeah, people still buy games on Xbox. It's dumb to say otherwise. It's just that PlayStation is more popular. And then Sony fanboys like circle jerk about their games selling more on PlayStation when you have a larger player base. So it's like, no duh, Sherlock is going to sell more on that console. It's a game I never buy, but on Game Pass I might give it a look. I still need to play the first one. Yeah, like these games, like these big AAA games, like I don't know if they gotta adjust the model by saying, hey, Game Pass is gonna be how it is, but you just won't have big AAA games day and date on Game Pass. I think people will be fine with that. Like if that's what it is to keep the Xbox going as a brand, then I'll be fine with not buying these games day one. But they gotta let us know that's what the deal is, because if not, you'll keep using Game Pass. I just wish they were more transparent, to be honest. At the end of the day, I wish they was more transparent. I wish we actually knew what was going on. Like if Game Pass is actually destroying, is actually a hindrance or is it growing the company. I wish they would just let us know. And then once again, I don't really care about a Sony fanboy's opinion. If you love PlayStation, why are you even on Xbox trying to begin with? Why are you even here? I don't know. Why you guys are constantly here if you hate Xbox? Because they just love hearing my voice. I don't know. Because they're constantly in the comment section with every video. But yeah, I'm gonna conclude it right here. hopefully Game Pass, we get a definitive answer or something, or how they move in the next few months with Game Pass, because inquiring minds want to know if Game Pass is destroying the industry or helping the industry, or if it's just another option in the industry. I really want to know, but definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this topic. Leave a like if you like this video, and as always, thanks for watching, and peace.